Hey there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Common Culture Cinema Roundup, a weekly podcast series in which we talk current events in the world of film. I'm Bobby.
And I'm Ryno.
And thanks for making the show part of your day. So, I know we said weekly.
We did, which...
It was it was a lot.
Mislead.
There was a little bit of a lie there.
Yeah.
Only because we were coming off a break and, took a little break for the holidays. But
that's the excuse we're using.
That's the one we're rolling in the barn with. So, anyways.
Rolling in the barn?
Is
that a Wisconsin thing?
It might be. I did spend some time there. So, also California.
Rolling in the cheese?
I don't know what they say over there. But anyways.
Another shrimp on the barbie?
We took a little break for the holidays, and we're back to talk about pretty much everything that we missed in the last month, which news-wise, not a lot, but I figured it'd be a fun time to review 2016 and look forward to 2017 and kind of give our predictions on that end. But before that, as I said before, we were a little off for the break, and the break is a great time to catch up on some films you might have missed if you're nerds like us. And I don't know about you, Ryno, but I watched a lot of movies.
I also watched a lot of movies.
All right, well, do you want to get us started and tell us what you've been watching?
No, you should start.
All right.
And also, we're starting with what we've been watching?
Yes, like pretty much every other episode since like the first one. So
that's not true.
I don't know. It's been a lot of episodes, and
that's true.
But anyways, what we've been watching. So I have made a note of all the films I've been watching, and I'm just gonna go over the list real quick, and then we could talk about the more notable ones. But here is everything that I watched over the break as far as movies go. Rogue One, Star Wars Stories, that came out. Kubo and Two Strings, High Rise, Fruitvale Station, Big Eyes, Hell or High Water, Moonrise Kingdom, Love Actually, Fences, Manchester by the Sea, La La Land, and Nocturnal Animals. And I don't think I missed any in there, but who knows? I might have. So,
any notable?
Of the more notable ones, La La Land, I think we'll talk about that a little bit when we kind of give our review of our favorite films of the year. Spoiler alert, that's probably going to be in there. Also, Fences, which I feel like I liked a lot more than everybody else did. I've seen it getting some predicting to be a Best Picture nominee, but it feels like everywhere I go, no one's putting it among their top films. Manchester by the Sea, I thought was very well done, masterfully crafted, but at the same time, it's a tough watch. It's a tough one to sit through. It's very heavy source material, and Kubo and the Two Strings, great film, and there was a Star Wars movie in there too, but we could talk about that a little later.
Oh, we will.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what about you?
All right, I also watched a lot of movies. I watched a lot of TV too, but sticking with movies, I watched The Red Turtle, which was amazing, which is probably my favorite movie I watched over the break.
Studio Ghibli film, right?
Yes. I watched Barry, the Netflix biopic about young Barack in college, and that was really awesome. I really enjoyed that. Let's see.
Who plays Barry again? Do you know?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
Yeah, I got real nervous real quick.
Okay.
I also watched La La Land.
Yes.
Which is my number one of the year.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you're just giving away your list. That's
yeah,
great.
well, whatever. I loved La La Land. I also saw Rogue One. What else? What else was seen? Yeah, I think the rest of it was TV. I think that's all the new stuff that I watched.
Is there anything, I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on TV, but is there anything that I should be watching or anybody else should be watching out there?
Yeah, but you just started watching it.
Oh, okay.
This Is Us is what you should be watching.
Okay.
This Is Us is awesome.
All right.
Yep.
I spent a little bit of time on that. So I wanted to go through a couple of fun things, actually stuff I haven't even looked at yet, and I figure we'd kind of look at this together and have a little adventure. But first, you want to go positive or negative first? You want to take the positive spin or the negative spin? Good news, bad news first?
Bad news first.
All right. So we're going to take a look at the biggest box office bombs of 2016, according to the Hollywood Reporter. So, Ben-Hur coming in first on
that one
list.
I totally saw.
Yep.
No, I refused to see that film because I love the original, and I was very mad when they announced they were making a remake, and I was very happy when I found out that not only was it bad, but it bombed.
Yes, a portion of the budget covered by box office rentals, about 43%. That's not good.
No.
That's people getting fired type of
This is what happens when you remake a classic.
So
you make it poop, and you give Morgan Freeman dreads. Although that seemed like a sweet decision.
Big Trouble in Little China next year. how we feel about that one.
Don't. Is that real?
I think so. I believe so.
Why? Wait, is Kurt going to be in it?
I don't know. I don't know how they're doing this.
This is bullshit.
I just saw it that it's going to be a movie next year, and that's all I know.
This is butt cheeks.
BFG, yeah, which is a shame
Yeah.
because it's not a bad movie.
No, yeah. You saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up watching it too.
Mhm.
Yep.
So,
I liked it.
portion of the budget covered by box office rental, 64%.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough marketing approach, and I don't think it helped it a lot that the marketing was very reminiscent of Pan, and Pan was very bad. But if you remember the opening trailer for Pan was them in the beds and everything, and it looked just like the opening of the trailer of BFG. And I saw a lot of people on the internet being like, uh-oh.
Yeah, people definitely got burned by Pan,
Yeah.
me included. I was very excited about that movie, and it did not turn out the way that we thought it would.
Very poop.
But yeah, Steven Spielberg adaptation of a classic novel, and I just think that the source material there just wasn't as widely recognized by as many people. I honestly didn't know what the BFG was before we started hearing more marketing for this film.
I thought it was something dirty.
I still think it's something dirty, but that's just me.
Respect Spielberg.
So Gods of Egypt, another one there.
Yep, I did not watch that. I have not seen it.
I did watch it.
Yep.
It
You
is-
loved it.
I did not love it, but
I remember somebody saying they loved it.
but everyone's putting it on their worst films of the year, and I think I can name, like, it's got a Razzie nomination. I think they like to pick a lot of bigger names for
Oh,
them.
yeah, of
like
course.
they're doing BVS.
Right.
And
That's because if you actually pick the worst movies, nobody knows what those are. So you're
Yeah.
not going to get any attention.
yeah. So they go with the biggest blockbusters, I guess, that they say are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Gods of Egypt, it's not great, but it's also not the worst movie of the year.
Okay.
So that's my rave review for it. Huntsman, Winter's War.
Oh, F that movie. I hated that film so much. Because I really liked Huntsman. I liked it a lot. I didn't love it, but I liked it a lot. And I thought that Kristen Stewart actually did a pretty okay job.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah,
she's a good
she
actress.
is.
Barring
She
those
just
Twilight
does-
movies where no one was good.
Yeah, she has her stoic moments, though, even outside of Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, she is very talented. And this one added way more talent and was way worse.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but they crapped all over the bed and then lit it on fire and then threw it in a wood chipper.
Yeah, the story was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I hardly remember it, to be honest. And probably for the best. Allied. Did you actually end up seeing Allied?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
Me neither. I really wanted to see it.
I know, I still want
And
to
I
see
didn't,
it.
so I'm part of this.
Yeah.
I'm part of this problem. Not
Yeah.
that
Sorry,
my
Zemeckis.
money would have made up the $75 million deficit they're losing.
Yeah,
or
I'm sorry,
or
Big
close
Dog.
to 90 million maybe. They're still calculating. But The Finest Hours, another movie I didn't see.
Yeah, nope.
Not one that I was necessarily... Chris Pine,
It
Coast
looked
Guard
like
movie.
Perfect Storm, but like without Clooney. So
Yeah.
no thank you.
I like Chris Pine, but him alone is not drawing me to a film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like him a lot though. Wish him the best despite this.
It's gonna be Steve Trevor.
Deepwater Horizon.
I watched it.
And you really liked
And
it, right?
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's actually a good movie.
So
It's surprisingly not poop.
next movie, same director, also got Wahlberg on. Patriots Day comes
Yes.
out this month.
I'm very excited for Patriots Day.
Do you think that's going to fare better than Deepwater Horizon?
Yes.
I do too.
I
do too.
Undoubtedly.
It's
the Boston bombing,
Yes.
it's going to be way bigger. Just because people know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Also, I do not remember when this came out, but I don't know. I'm trying to think what the competition around it was. But I think it was like an early September film, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I've heard really good things from you and other people, so another good film makes this list. And even another good film right after that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
There it is.
Yeah, that was a movie.
Yeah.
But I'm actually surprised that it didn't make more money. I know that the first one made a lot of money, but
Yeah.
maybe a lot of people didn't like it, so they didn't go out to support the second one.
I don't. See, I don't.
I know that there's
I don't hate them.
a group of supporters that thought it was going to be absolute garbage, and then they came in and they said they had fun.
Yes, that was me.
And
For
I
the
was
first one.
and I was kind of giving it the benefit of the doubt. Came in and I did not like it at all. And the second one was kind of more of the same. I think maybe I liked it slightly more, but that's that.
I liked the first half of the second movie more, and I hated the second half of it.
Yeah, that whole last sequence was just
bad.
yeah, it was terrible. But that's enough time on that. Ghostbusters, not surprised. It was like the most hated
Have you seen it?
trailer on YouTube. And no, I have still yet to see it.
I've seen it.
And what do you think?
It's okay.
That's kind of the consensus.
Yeah.
Is it's very okay.
And I don't understand. I've seen a lot of people be like, yo, you shouldn't have made this. And they're crapping all over the, like, casting women in it and stuff. And
I think a lot of people haven't seen it. I mean, obviously, a lot of people haven't seen it because it's on this list.
But a lot of people are just like, yeah, it's a butthole movie. Like, they shouldn't have made it. Well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you shouldn't have made Ghostbusters 2. Because it's really not that good, and it's basically just a complete ripoff of the first one, but worse. And this one at least did, like, a couple new things, and the CGI looked really cool in this movie, which was kind of surprising to me. I thought it was not going to look good.
Yeah, as far as movies that don't need to be made from the 80s...
Yeah. I mean,
this
like,
one,
all of them, but...
This one kind of seemed like one that made sense to me, and recasting as women was a different take.
And Paul Feig,
and I like everybody involved in it, but yeah, it didn't really sit right. The trailers weren't great.
No.
And then fans never really could forgive it after that, and they could never really make up that ground. So Ghostbusters 2, probably not going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Have not seen it.
Nor have I, and me and you are two people who maintain that we actually really like that film, the first one.
I do. You actually like it more than I do.
Yeah, and I didn't go out to see it. And
I
haven't heard good things. And this is actually, I missed a lot of really bad movies this year. I saw all the best movies, or for the most part, I saw most of the best movies, but I'm starting to think that I did not watch a lot of these terrible films.
Yeah.
Like Divergent series, Allegiant.
I have not seen any of them.
Yeah, me neither. The young adult genre is just...
Because I liked Hunger Games, and then it pooped on my love with the last couple films, and so I fell out of youth adult films. I'm not into them. The only one that I kind of liked that nobody's seen is The Giver. I thought The Giver was okay, and nobody's seen it.
Nope.
And so I was just like, well, if Divergent's making $1 billion and people are pooping on it, and this was actually okay, and like nobody's seen this, then I'm out of it because I don't understand.
Divergent series did so bad that they're probably gonna make it into a television show.
Yeah, and White Bird in a Blizzard. What's her name? The lead.
She was gonna be Mary Jane. I can't remember her name.
Me neither. But she said she's definitely not going to do a TV
Woodley.
show. Thank you. Shailene Woodley. Yeah, she said she's not going to do it, which is not surprising.
No,
she's talented.
I wouldn't do it either.
Other things.
Yeah, and she could be the face of a franchise for a different franchise. She just kind of got on the wrong film at the tail end of a young adult genre that's kind of dying.
Although she cashed some sweet checks, so except for this last one.
Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. I don't want to say anything bad about the troops, so I'd rather just skip this one entirely.
We respect the troops and all that they have sacrificed for our freedom.
But this trailer did not appeal to me, and apparently didn't appeal to a lot of other people.
Yeah, and I haven't seen this movie.
Assassin's Creed.
I have seen this.
Yes, and the consensus is?
And I am a gigantic fan of the video game series. Huge. I love them. I have played all of the numbered series and most of the off-brand stuff. If you don't know the video games at all, do not see this movie. You're wasting your time. Because this is literally made for people who understand the backstory completely and don't need to be fed any new information. Like, there is nothing in here that helps you understand the plotting or the main plot device whatsoever. The action's cool, and it's kind of slow, but, I mean, for somebody who loves the game, seeing this movie, it was pretty okay for somebody who loves the games. If you haven't seen this movie, I feel like I wouldn't get it at all, and I probably would hate it.
That seems... I know that Assassin's Creed, as far as games go, I mean, it has a really big audience. But even still, even the biggest video game audience, I don't know why you would pander that demographic if you're making a movie. I understand honoring the source material, but you have to make a movie...
And also, it's a big audience, but it's not like Halo. Like, you make a Halo movie, and everybody's going to show up. Like, it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't recommend making a Call of Duty movie.
Right.
But if you made a Call of Duty movie, that's one that would be more universal.
Money, right.
Yeah. So.
And also, you could tell any story there, because there is no, real Call of Duty story.
Rules don't apply? I don't even...
No idea.
I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what that is.
I respect Mr. Warren Beatty, but I've not seen the trailer nor his movie.
And then there's some honorable mentions. Zoolander 2 among them, and...
Brothers Grimsby, yeah.
Popstar Never Stop Stopping.
God, great.
Never Stopping, sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Easily in my top 5, probably top 3 comedies of the year.
And a lot of people, I've seen it on a lot of people's lists for their favorite movies of the year and for their best underrated movies of the year, and I definitely agree. I didn't stop laughing.
Edgar Wright said it was his favorite comedy of the year.
Yeah, I didn't stop laughing the entire time.
Because he's Edgar Wright.
So, but yeah. Free State of Jones, still haven't seen that either. So.
Yeah, me neither.
But, so we gave you the bad news.
Okay.
Those are some of the bad ones.
Let's
end
do
on a high
some
note.
good news.
All right, the top 10 box office gainers this year. So
Cool.
number 10, can we? Yeah, let's do this. Doctor Strange, Marvel movie. Not surprised.
Right.
Pulled in big numbers, but a character that nobody really knew going in.
Right.
And Ant-Man, I know, I mean, it made lots of money, but it's still kind of disappointed in terms of how much Marvel movies generally make. So it was cool to see that Doctor Strange could attract some people into the seats. So it's in, I guess I'm not surprised that's in top 10, but 230 million, nothing to sneeze at for sure.
Yep.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, we're not even going to talk about, like, the movie?
Oh, we've already shared our thoughts on here.
That's true.
I wasn't a big fan.
You hate it.
And
I like it.
And you like it, yeah.
Okay.
So we've already shared our thoughts and gave a review on the podcast before,
All right.
so no need to get into it. Suicide Squad.
We both don't like it.
Yes, but the marketing was pretty crazy, and
Yep.
so people turned out the first weekend to go see this. And I think there's fans out there. I don't know who they are. I've never met one, but
I'm fans of Margot Robbie.
yep. That's about that. So
No money, no honey.
beat it out by over
This
$100,000.
one made honey
Yeah, it did.
and money.
It did. So number 8 from the same universe, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and I'm assuming this is all.
Domestic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 330
Show.
million. So,
Yep.
but total
We
gross.
both liked it.
Yep, we both liked it.
And we have said a lot about this movie. So.
Yeah, there's nothing more that needs to be said. So yeah, moving on to Zootopia.
Yes.
Yes.
Both liked it.
Yep, both liked it.
Both liked it a lot.
Great movie, and that's
Yeah.
another original from Disney that I'm surprised did as well as it did. So
Really?
I think so. I think if they, going back to the well and doing something like a Beauty and the Beast, that wouldn't surprise me if it was in the top 7 or top 5. But Zootopia doing as well as it
Disney
did.
Animation makes dough. Especially their last 5 movies or whatever.
I guess I can't really say. I don't know how much movies like Big Hero 6 made. I know it did well critically,
did.
but I don't know how much money it made necessarily. But I don't know.
Also, it's a movie with a cute bunny in it.
That got me in the seat, so
Yeah.
I guess it worked. Deadpool,
Yes.
no surprise.
No, I love Deadpool.
So, I mean,
great.
I guess it was a surprise at the time, but it's no surprise
Yes.
to see in this list.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was bonkers.
Yeah. The Jungle Book.
Also, love.
Yep.
Great.
Secret Life of Pets.
Haven't seen it.
Have seen it. It's not great. I understand why it made so much money, though. And
Yeah.
the marketing was pretty clever for it. So,
Yeah.
makes sense to me. Captain America Civil War.
Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love.
Avengers 2.5. Don't
Yeah.
care what they say. That, yeah.
Real good.
Spider-Man alone got me in
Second
the seats.
superhero movie with mommy issues.
Yep. Rogue One, Star Wars story.
Dope. Love.
It's Star Wars, so
Yeah.
that made money.
And it's good Star Wars.
And
I mean, that's now something that, like, I worry about less, which is cool. That, like, now we have 2 good Star Wars films.
I think even more so, and I think I liked Rogue One less than you for sure, and I think less than a lot of people out there, because I know a lot of people put it like among their favorite films, and overall I liked it, but I'm not out there raving about it.
Yeah,
but what
I
I
don't
think,
think it's among my favorite films of the year.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it a lot.
but what I think this does, and what I'm really excited about, is that it opens up the door for more anthology stories, and I'm really excited to see that they'll be willing to risk it on a different anthology project. And I think even after Han Solo, I want to see them get into some weird stuff, maybe Knights of the Old Republic type of things.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
In there, so
Also, this is a slight spoiler, but I kind of want to see, like, a 3-hour movie of Vader just messing people up.
yeah, I
'Cause
agree.
Holy crap.
And
Coolest
number
part of
one,
that movie.
what's number one gonna be? What's above that?
It's got to be... what is above that?
I don't know.
Something animated?
Finding
Yeah.
Dory.
Finding Dory. I was going to say it has to be animated.
Yeah, and see that.
Say Finding Dory, I really liked it, but I didn't like it anywhere near as much as I liked Finding Nemo. So,
Yeah, to me too. A lot of it felt like, retread of old. But I liked it overall.
Yeah,
I
I
think
liked it
it
too.
sits somewhere in the bottom half of Pixar's
I agree.
filmography, but overall, not a bad year. A lot of money made there. A lot of money made domestically, and a lot of these made even more worldwide. But overall, good year for film. It seems like records were getting broken left and right. We had a few off weekends here and there in the summer. I don't know what stands out to you about 2016 before we kind of give our best films and then look ahead to 2017. Does anything like stick out to you other than like Pokemon Go was a thing for a month? I think to me, let me start it off
Okay.
since I kind of sprung this on you.
Yeah.
But I think to me, the summer to me felt like it was a disappointing summer of films. I don't think it really provided us with a lot of big blockbusters. A lot of these blockbusters came either before summer, after summer, stuff like Star Wars, which is basically a Christmas staple at this point. That came late. Jungle Book and Batman v Superman were in March, which I guess is basically becoming the summer movie season. But the big July and June, there was a lot there that really disappointed. Some of the bigger trailers for films like Jason Bourne, Insurgents, and they just didn't really pan out. And I think to me, that kind of lack of summer blockbuster films is something that kind of surprised me, and I think we're going to see a lot of those next year. Kind of pick up the pace a little bit.
I hope so.
So,
yeah.
Superhero films, too.
2016 was weird.
I think for me, I liked half the superhero films. Like, I really liked half of them, and then I didn't like the other half.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
for me,
I
Deadpool,
agree.
Captain America Civil War, and Batman v Superman were 3 that I liked. And of that, there's a lot of people who didn't like Batman v Superman via it will be at the Razzies, probably.
Yeah.
And then there's X-Men, which I loathed.
hate.
Yes, I agree.
Suicide Squad, which I just don't like.
Yeah. And
I like Doctor Strange.
and you like Doctor Strange, but and I didn't hate it, but I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
I'm not begging to go see it again. So I think that next year, and maybe I said this last year, but I think next year is going to be even a better year for superhero films than this year.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about, I think, all of them.
What was
coming out.
2015? Why were we so bummed about 2015? Maybe we just didn't know. We just didn't have a year like 2016. So
Maybe
were
if we
just
looked
like,
ahead to
"Eh, this wasn't so
2016
good."
and saw what was ahead, maybe we would enjoy 2015 more. I don't know.
We would have been sitting pretty.
I know we got a new Terminator movie in 2015, so there's that.
Jenny Smith.
Yeah, Tomorrowland wasn't great.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know.
But that compared to this year, I feel like I would have taken that movie and been like, oh.
Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of movies that I would have thought were more sure bets. I am glad that Fantastic Beasts, though, was good. And
Yeah.
that was actually the number 11 for domestic total grossing. So I'm actually really glad
I feel
that
like
worked
it's a
out.
movie in contention, too, and I do not understand for the life of me why. Why it's a movie some people don't like. A lot of Harry
Fantastic
Potter fans
Beasts?
don't like Fantastic Beasts.
I don't know.
And it seems like the conversation on Fantastic Beasts is very like it's very people either really like it or people just don't like it, and people are like, why are we making these movies? And I don't know, I don't get it.
To me, I liked it. I liked it a
I
lot.
didn't get a lot of movies this year that people either really loved or really hated.
That was going to be another question I was going to ask you. I was going to
Yeah.
be, are there any underrated movies? I want to do underrated
Yes.
and overrated. Is there any overrated movies? Let's get that one out of the way.
I don't know. You got anything on you?
One. You're not going to like it.
It's Rogue One.
It's Rogue One. I think in years' time, I think Rogue One's not going to be looked at as regarded as it is right now by
See,
people.
I disagree. I think it's gonna be looked at better, but
I think
we'll see.
I think people are really sleeping on Force Awakens because it was kind of a retread of old story.
Kind of.
It was a retread of old story tropes from A New Hope, but I think that the characters and what it introduced was enough to kind of take it over for me, and I think that people will look at Rogue One in a few years and be like, that's not as great as I've remembered it.
I disagree. I think it's going to be the complete opposite, especially once we get more numbered entries with these new characters, but that are just these new
I
characters.
think 8's going to be better than 7. I think we both assume that 8's going to be miles better than 7.
Yeah, but I think that...
Maybe not critically or monetarily, but I think we're going to enjoy it more.
But I think The Force Awakens is going to be the one to be compared to future Star Wars films. I don't think Rogue One's going to be that. I mean, we don't know.
Maybe more anthology
but I
films.
see that Rogue One... Yeah, but I see Rogue One being a side story. And so...
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really enjoyed Rogue One, and I thought that it did a lot in terms of just like character piece than like a lot of Star Wars films. So I don't know.
All right. Underrated?
No.
No, any underrated.
Oh.
Sorry. Not Rogue One. Sorry.
Oh yeah, The Accountant.
The
Accountant
Accountant was one of the first ones that kind of stood out to me as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Batman v Superman's
yeah,
another
I
one.
think BVS is underrated for sure.
I
I think the Ultimate Edition is sitting pretty right now.
I agree.
People are getting it.
I understand that has its problems, but people are pegging this movie as the worst superhero movie of all time,
yeah, and it's just
or
it's
the worst
not.
movie of the year, and it's not close in either of those
Yeah.
for me. So
Yeah.
I never really understood that. Fantastic Beasts, I don't know where it sits critically. I know it was sporting positive reviews.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody likes Apocalypse, but if they do, then it's overrated. Because it is butt. It is probably my least favorite superhero movie of the last couple years.
Yeah, it made me real sad.
Yeah.
I was real sad.
Miss Peregrine, I think, is underrated.
I agree. I really like that movie too.
Yep. I don't know how much love Conjuring 2 got, but it deserves all of it and probably more because I thought it was great. Thought it was a really solid follow-up.
I do too, but I do really like it. I love it. But I kind of forgot about it. So I will say that about it.
Okay.
To me, the first one, and it's hard to. The first Conjuring is, I think, one of the best horror movies ever made, especially the best modern horror. In terms of modern horror, I think it's easily one of the best, and I think overall, I think it's up there in the conversation and top 10, 20 for sure. But what I will say is that when I think of The Conjuring, I still think of 1. Like everything that I remember about that franchise thus far, I still think of 1, and I really enjoyed 2, but it just wasn't as memorable for me. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's overrated for sure. I don't know. I'd have to see where it is, but I think it's sitting about where I think it would sit, probably.
Yeah. I think Swiss Army Man's underrated. I don't think enough people have seen it.
Yeah, and some people hate it.
Yeah, well,
some people really hate it.
Because I think it's great.
I do too. I think it was very experimental. I liked a lot of the things that they tried to do, and it was one of the most different films I've seen this year.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's like undeniably very funny.
It is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunt for the Wilder People, another one I think is underrated. That, I mean, I didn't see till recently, so that was another one.
Just one you didn't hear a lot about.
Yeah.
Lights Out, overrated, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, completely.
You hated it way more than I did. Actually, I didn't even hate it.
Hate.
I thought it was on the bottom tier of average. But yeah, I know you hated it.
Gosh.
And I was hearing like, oh, this could be the best horror movie of the year, and it was not.
Yeah.
I actually think I like Don't Breathe. I think Don't Breathe might be my favorite horror movie this year outside of The Witch.
Yeah, me too.
As I started saying that, I was like, wait, The Witch also came out this year.
Yeah.
So
they're so different, though. It's hard to compare those two films.
Yeah, because The Witch is more of a period piece that, has horror elements, but it's not as straight horror as you'd feel. And Don't Breathe is very thrillerish, too. Yeah. So it's, they're opposite ends of the spectrum. But... So, you want to just briefly go over your favorite films of the year before we kind of talk about our predictions for 2017?
Gosh, I don't know if I'm ready.
I think you're ready, Kudo.
I think you're ready.
You want to take a brief break, come back and do this?
Yes.
Get the music? All right. And we're back to talk a little bit about our favorite movies of 2016 and also talk about our most anticipated of 2017. Before we get into that, just like to say if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please direct those to Common Culture Mailbox at gmail.com.
There it is.
Again, that's Common Culture Mailbox at gmail.com. All right. So, Ryno.
Yes.
Some of your favorite films of the year.
Sure. I have a top 5 list. I'm just going to run it because I don't feel like doing the
Yeah, and we're going to do most anticipated, so I feel like.
Yeah, so my number 5 was the Ultimate Edition of Batman and Superman. My number 4 was Everybody Wants Some. My number 3 was Kubo and the Two Strings. My number 2 was Arrival. And my number 1 of the year was La La Land. Some honorable mentions are Little Prince, I loved. Neon Demon, I loved. The Witch, I love. So those would sit right outside.
All right, we have a couple similar in our top 5, as always, but I think this year consensus at number 1 is it's pretty undeniable. But number 5, I have The Witch, one that came out in March, I believe, and still kind of stuck with me. Everybody Wants Some. Little Prince, number 3, movie you alluded to earlier, actually directly stated. Fences, and La La Land at number 1.
I did directly state it.
So, also sitting in my top 10, Neon Demon, The Invitation, Manchester by the Sea, Hell or High Water, and Nocturnal Animals.
Hell or High Water, yeah. And Nocturnal Animals.
Yeah. I also love
and
BVS, the Extended Edition. It kills me not to have it in the top 10. I don't know. It's not a definitive top 10.
Nocturnal is outside my top 10.
Okay.
I liked it a lot, but I didn't love it.
Okay. That would be, it is my number 10, so I guess that would be the one I would bump if I were going to put something else in there. But I didn't really agonize over the top 10, just the top 5. But I feel pretty good about the 5.
Yeah.
I feel good about where those are.
I also really like Civil War.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Definitely top 20. Mm-hmm. And Spider-Man alone, so I really like that.
I think I can say that.
And I don't think we ever came out of a superhero movie that hot in debate, and not about whether or not it was good or whether it was bad, but about like the politics of the film.
Well, yeah, but then you watched it later and you were like, oh, I was wrong. Like most things we argue about.
Yeah. But I still think there's an argument for both sides. I agree that the movie made
who did you like in BVS?
The movie made it very
Batman or Superman?
I would say in the theatrical edition, Batman all day. But I think once we got the extended edition, we saw more of Clark doing stuff. I'd say Superman.
Okay.
I just didn't feel very connected to the Clark
I'm
Kent
Team
Superman.
Wonder Woman because I'm all about equality. But I see you. You know, your opinion matters, I guess.
All right.
Also, they didn't have.
Easily my favorite theme. Actually, that's not easy. Superman is a great theme.
Yeah, but favorite new theme of 2016.
Yeah,
it's Wonder Woman.
I concur.
I should have concurred.
All right, so we talked about it. We alluded to it, and it's the kind of the big countdown of the show.
Yes.
Our most anticipated 2017.
Our top
2016's over.
Top Diaz.
Time to get those out.
See.
And time to talk
I took a
about some
Spanish
things.
test today, so.
You nailed
in
it.
it.
You aced it. And by aced it, I mean you passed.
Oh, yeah.
I passed. Wish I would have known you a little better. It's kind of awkward. So, 2017. Biggest movies. We did a top 10 list. And we kept it basically blockbusters because it's really hard to make a top 10 most anticipated list.
And it wasn't really intentional. And also, the problem with a lot of indie films is they don't market this early. So we haven't seen anything from a lot of
stuff
indie
like
films.
La La Land
Yep.
for next year, we're not going to see until the fall of next year.
Right, like
so.
Baby Driver. Which
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything for.
Yes, but we know it's coming out, and we know that we're very
do.
excited about it, but because I haven't seen anything for it yet, we left it off the list. So
Yeah.
mine ended up being all franchise films.
Yes.
And are they going to all be my favorite at the end of next year? Probably not. Hopefully some of them are. And without further ado, Ryno, your number 10.
My number 10 is Everything That's Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks.
Nice.
It's Lego Batman. I love the Lego movie. Love. And I could watch it a million times and probably never get bored of it because it hit like a part of my funny bone that has not been hit for a long time. I love kiddie humor, and I think that they mixed kiddie humor with adult humor really, really well in that film. It was a movie that, like, after I saw it, I was like, man, I wish that I made a movie like that.
And they told a good story.
Yeah.
Like, it was a well-constructed, well-organized story.
And it's just, it's awesome.
And that's why it's my number 10 as well. So
Nice.
I 100% agree with all your sentiments, and I really don't want to take too much time to add stuff, but I agree. And now on top of that, the only thing I will add is to say that the trailers have also been fantastic.
Yes.
And I have
And also,
near
I've
peed my
said it
pants.
before, but Michael Cera as Robin is my favorite casting of 2016.
All right. So number 9.
My number 9 is probably going to be... Actually, this is a very badass year for movies, which is surprising because a lot of them are trying to go a little bit more fun, but it's a very badass year for movies. But this might be the most badass movie, and that's Logan at my number 9.
All right.
So, yeah. I don't want to talk about a lot of these because I feel like you have them on your list, so I'll save some for you.
Okay. All right.
talk
Sounds
about.
good. Sounds good. Number 9 for me is also Logan.
See? All right, I nailed it.
I don't know. We made these
What if our
completely
lists are the
separate.
same?
Then I think you copied mine.
Because this one's not going to be your next one.
Okay.
I know that for a fact.
Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, I'm just excited to see them back together on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I really like their chemistry when they were in the original trilogy, barring that third movie, but even their chemistry is undeniable in all the films. And the trailer is one of the best trailers for a 2017 movie.
Yeah.
So
And it's soon.
it is really soon. March 3rd.
Yeah.
March 3rd, 2017.
It's awesome.
Starts off superheroes.
Gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not if we're counting Lego Batman. But
That's true.
do you have any honorable mentions first? Before we move on any farther to our number 7s?
Yeah.
Or number 8, sorry.
Might be in your list, though. No.
Because I have a whole list of honorable mentions and I could just
Actually, I
run
don't
them
know if it's in your list. But yeah, one of mine is Thor, Ragnarok.
down. Okay.
It's in my honorable mentions.
It's also in my honorable mentions as well.
Sweet.
I'm as excited as I could be about a Thor film,
Yes.
but it sits just right outside my top 10.
No, I'm more excited than I've ever been for a Thor film because I've never seen a Thor film. So, and this is the one that I really want to see, and I'm gonna have to watch the other ones to get continuity.
But just to kind of go down all of mine, Beauty and the Beast, not in my top 10, but I am really excited about it.
Also, Kingsman. That's in my
Kingsman, Golden Circle, It's also in my honorable mentions. Kong Skull Island.
Yes.
I'm very excited about. Not excited enough to put it in my top 10, however.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great franchise films next year that I'm very excited to see and that have really great trailers. That have really great trailers that I'm excited to see. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I know you're not excited about it, or you're at least not as excited about it as I am.
That's because you didn't watch 4.
True.
Okay.
True. But
you've been burned only 3 times. Only 2 times.
Only
a half a time.
I admit they're not great, but I still enjoy 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Like, I still sit down and I have a good time with them. Power Rangers, probably not going to be great, but as a 90s kid, I have to, it's got to be on there. And a movie that
I'm a 90s kid. No, it doesn't.
And a movie that's most definitely going to be on your list, but it just missed mine. And actually, if I did have 11, it would probably be this one. That's Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And I also missed Cloverfield Anthology, God Particle, the working title or whatever. So I'm only putting that on there because...
Wait, it has that as its beginning title? I've only seen it referred to as God Particle by JJ and Co.
Yeah, that's its working title, God Particle. I don't know if
I haven't seen the Cloverfield Anthology part.
It is a Cloverfield Anthology. That's what it is. It's not like a sequel or like a prequel. It's like some anthology off story.
Oh.
Like 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Right.
So...
Okay.
And I really liked 10 Cloverfield Lane, but the parts I liked about it most were the previous movie, The Cellar, and I don't know if they can capture lightning in a bottle twice. So who knows?
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. I'm interested enough to go see it, but I don't know if it's... I highly doubt that I will like it as much as 10 Cloverfield Lane. I agree.
Very kick-ass.
So those are my honorable mentions. Number 8, Ryno.
Number 8 is probably your number 1. Sorry, big man. My number 8 is about everybody's favorite web-slinging young man, and that is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
I'm very excited for Spider-Man Homecoming. Just
this one you're going to save for me to talk about later?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a little less so.
Half spoilers, but I'm not going to tell you where it is. It's not number 1.
Okay.
It's not number 1.
Cool.
So, that's that. But my number 8, Alien Covenant. And this is one that I will save for you.
Okay.
Maybe.
Is that how we want to run this? Like, whoever's most favorite, and then we'll do, like, rock, paper, scissors.
I just feel like you have more to say about this movie than I do.
Probably.
You have a lot more to say about this, but the trailer is fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's dope.
So,
we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
I mean, you know it's on the list.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
So,
come on, man.
It's a good year for movies.
It is, but...
I had to figure out a way to squeeze this on here.
But Alien.
I know it's your favorite. I get it.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah.
All right.
Oh, whoops.
Ooh.
Number 7, Ryno.
Number 7, Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Yep. It's gosh, it's so hard. This is the hardest list ever, and this must have been harder than it was last year. I don't remember. Like,
BVS was both our number 1s last year.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
of course. And yeah, but I just don't remember being this like, oh my gosh, this is so difficult. Like I had to lead out a lot of stuff that I'm really excited for.
I agree. The hype level for 2017 is very high.
It's huge, yeah, and it's just a lot of cool movies coming out.
I think part of it too is that they're releasing trailers earlier. I have no actual factual evidence to back that up, but I think that they are, because it seems like we're getting like full on trailers or at least heavy teasers for films. I put air quotes there. I know nobody can see that. Now I realize that I did that. Anyways, they're putting on heavy teasers or like 1.5-minute, 2-minute teasers for movies over a year before they come out.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I've seen that before. I could be wrong though, so it's just
Star Wars was a year before. BVS was a year before.
Yeah.
So,
but now we got a lot of these movies that aren't coming out till fall of next year. Covenant being one of them, and we already have a trailer for it. So,
yeah,
that's and same with a couple other movies I'm gonna talk about later that aren't coming out till fall. So
cool.
Wait, you just said 7? You were talking about, right?
Yes.
Spider-Man?
No, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman? Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Wonder Woman looks amazing. It's just been a hard year for film, was what we were going into.
I got off on a tangent. You got to roll me back in sometimes.
And yeah, I love Godot's Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman in general. She's my 3rd favorite DC character. And I'm a big DC person, and I didn't like Suicide Squad, but I don't care because I really love Patty Jenkins, and it seems that she really has a grasp on the character. And I've loved the trailers. I thought they've been great. I really don't have any problem with it. The only reason why some stuff is higher is just because it looks cooler.
I think I liked the Comic-Con footage better than the trailer that we got afterwards. We got a more recent trailer.
Wasn't the Comic-Con one a trailer?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like Justice League.
Maybe it was
like
a
an actual
teaser.
trailer.
I'm not sure. Maybe it was a
Okay.
teaser, but yeah, it was. I like the Comic-Con trailer, I think, better than that. I think if those had been reversed more, I think I'd have that one more fresh in my mind, and I enjoy it. But overall,
Yeah, I might have liked it a little bit more. But I've really liked both.
I know some people have the reservations about Gal, but she's been in a lot more stuff lately.
Yeah.
I've actually liked her in some things, and I like her approach to the character. And
Yeah.
I'm really rooting for this film.
And, I mean, the textual evidence is BBS, and I thought she was good in that, so, as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she didn't have crazy amount of lines, but
Yeah.
what she did have, she was really cool, and
And she was kick-ass.
she had that one moment where she had that kind of half smile
Yeah.
in the Doomsday fight, which might have been my favorite moment in that whole last part. So.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right.
Besides Batman running away from Doomsday.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite part, because he pooped his pants.
So all of my films that I have, except for one, have a trailer. And out of all of the trailers, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is probably the funniest trailer.
Oh.
I think it's
okay.
easily the funniest trailer. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I don't think I laughed more at a trailer than I did at Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So
Yeah.
whatever magic they managed to get into the first one, I feel like everything they've shown us so far reinstills confidence that they brought it back.
I agree. Yeah. And I agree. I think it is also my funniest trailer. But the funniest moment, the moment that made me laugh the hardest still, is when Batman smacks Alfred in the Lego Batman trailer.
Oh, okay, sorry. I
'Cause
totally
I,
forgot about the
cried
Lego Batman trailers.
During
Okay,
that part.
those might be funnier. I don't know.
They're close.
They're very
Yeah.
close. They're very close. But Rhino number 6.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2.
All right, well, let's continue the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, James Gunn's coming back. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It is easily my favorite Marvel movie ever. It probably will stay that way, unless Volume 2 is better. I don't see something capturing the magic that movie captured. And I just love his approach to these films. And I think it's genius. And this one looks hilarious and more epic and more visually interesting than the first one. So he's hitting all my buttons.
All right,
My naughty buttons.
I agree.
Is he hitting your naughty buttons?
And we're likely to see another trailer before this comes out.
That's a yes.
And that's May 5th, which also isn't that far away.
Yeah.
So.
Dang. Awesome.
All right, number 6 for me, Ghost in the Shell. Yes?
Nothing.
You're trying to figure out the rest of my list now?
No.
Where things fall?
No, you said that one of them wasn't in your list.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, one of them is in my list, but we'll get to that. Anyways, I don't know what it is about this trailer, and this is basically all based on trailer alone. I saw the Ghost in the Shell that they were going to make this movie. Didn't know how I felt about anime movies. Haven't really gone very well in the past. And I know that there's to talk about whitewashing and all that. That being said, I really want anime movies to do well. There are some anime movies that I'm really excited about, things that are kind of in the tube but not quite coming yet. And I think that Ghost in the Shell could pave the way in kind of the sense that we were hoping Warcraft and Assassin's Creed would do last year for video game movies and didn't do that. But I think Ghost in the Shell, I'm seeing a lot of hype about this. The movie comes out in a couple short months, and I'm really hoping that it paves the way for more anime movies because I would really like to see that.
Yeah. I also forgot Wonder Woman wasn't in your top 10.
And I think that...
But, yes, I agree. It's in my honorable mentions for sure.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of Asian actors surrounding Scarlett Johansson in this role. Scarlett Johansson's one of the few recognizable actresses in this movie, and I feel like a good way to get them into more starring roles is for this film to hit it big, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, so we can cast this person in a larger role, and I feel like that's how you have to do it.
Bombs, and then they say, well, clearly it was only because we had a white woman cast in the lead role.
Possibly, but I understand this is kind of how it has to get made, and I'm still hoping that it's a success. You think that this movie has hype with some unknown Asian actress?
I do.
Why do you say that?
Pacific Rim made like $1 billion, and it had Charlie Hunnam, which no one knows, and an Asian actress in the lead roles. It had no one anybody knew. Charlie Day, no one knows who Charlie Day is. People know him from Sunny. They didn't go see it because Charlie Day was
No, I don't
although
think
they should have. That movie made a buku amount of dollars. It's basically the same kind of film, visually and everything. It still didn't make
darn close. It still didn't make nearly as much as they wanted it to. Most of the money that they made was international money. It was a big disappointment domestically.
Okay, well, international's huge.
I know
the Great Wall's going to make $1 billion and only in China. So
I know that international's huge, but I think this movie makes more money with Scarlett Johansson in the lead than it does with anybody else.
All right. Maybe.
Especially in America.
Well, if it's good, then it does.
I mean, even if I'm saying, pound for pound. If this movie were as good as another one without Scarlett Johansson, I think this makes more money than that one. So, anyways. Number 5, Ryno. Whoops.
My number 5 is, well, you just showed me yours, and we have the same number 5. My number 5 is War of the Planet of the Apes. I love Dawn. Love so much. Dawn alone makes the new Planet of the Apes franchise one of my favorite franchises ever. And I'm a huge fan of the original Planet of the Apes. I hate the Tim Burton version. And I really like Rise. Yeah, I really like Rise. But I adore Dawn. And I love what they're doing visually with this movie. The technology blows my mind, even now. And we've been with this same kind of crew for the last little while. And this trailer, man. This might be the best trailer. It's darn near up there. It is such a good trailer. And it's so intense. And it's so raw. And Woody looks awesome. And, man. I can't say enough about War. It looks dope.
I agree. Andy Serkis in this role at this point, he's nailing it. I like everybody that they're adding. We had Franco in the first film, and then we had Gary Oldman in the second film. I mean, among others, but
Kerry Russell, dude.
And we got Woody Harrelson in the third film. I liked the supporting cast that they're rolling with. I agree. I couldn't agree more. I think that Rise was one of the best summer blockbusters in the last decade, probably.
You mean Dawn?
Yeah, sorry, Dawn.
Yeah.
Whatever. The second one.
Yeah.
So where do you think this is going to fall in the trilogy?
Ugh.
Think
I
this
don't
is
know.
going to be like,
I think it could be better than Dawn.
I'm thinking it's going to be like a Return of the Jedi type of thing. I think it's going to be really hard to beat Dawn.
No, there's not going to be any stupid fucking Ewoks. Sorry, we just went explicit for this one.
All right.
You drew it out of me.
We earned our rating.
Yep.
All right, anyways.
You made me say that.
Number 4.
Number 4, man, my top 5 is like my favorite top 5 ever of all time. I didn't think that this many movies that are my favorite things from being a child would be made in the same year, but they are. And this movie looks fantastic. And it's shot so well by Deakins. And it's just, it's hitting all the notes of the original. And with Denis here, dang it. With Denis Villeneuve attached, it's just, I'm so excited about this movie. And yeah, I mean, the talent that they added too with Gosling and
Harrison Ford.
Well,
I mean, he was
Ford,
there.
yeah.
But yes.
And then, who else did they add? Is Mackenzie Davis going to be in Blade Runner?
I can tell you real quick. I have everything up here.
I know somebody big is going to be
Oh, never mind. No, I can't.
in Blade Runner. But anyway, there are a lot more really interesting cast members that are going to be in that crew. And yeah, it just looks great. And Denis has made my favorite movie for the past 2 years. Or one of them. I mean, La La Land just beat it, but
Yeah.
it was my favorite movie for a good amount of time.
Arrival is fantastic.
Yeah,
One of the best movies of the year. And then Sicario last year.
was both of our favorite movies.
Yeah, both of our favorite movies. People loved it, but I still think it didn't get as much love at the Oscars as it did, or as it should.
Yeah.
And yeah, he doesn't miss
No.
at this point. And I think a Denis Villeneuve movie, regardless of a title or regardless what it is, if it's a franchise film or not, is going to be in my top 10 most exciting movies. So
Yeah. And this trailer is
yeah, fantastic.
so epic.
And that's one October 6th, and we already have about a minute and a half of footage from the film.
Yeah.
So my number 3, we talked about it earlier.
Wait. No, you haven't even said that it's also your number 4.
Oh yeah, it's my number 4, and
Yeah.
also that I'd be totally hopping over you to go for my number 3.
That's
So I'll
also
let you
true.
go to your number 3.
All right. Man, this trailer scared the shit out of me. Now we got the explicit. I'm just gonna go for it. This is so intense and awesome and everything. And gosh, I really like Prometheus, but this looks so very much in the same grain as the original film. It looks so horror driven that Alien Covenant is my number 3. I am over the moon excited about this movie. I'm gonna be there the first night, and I'm gonna wear like 3 pairs of pants because I'm gonna poop 2 of them for sure. And third one I hope is poop because it's so awesome.
All right, so there's a lot of poop. So that's
Yes.
it. That's the explicit you're going with?
Yep.
Poop.
Earning the E.
All right.
Poopity poop.
All right, cool. I'm glad you're excited about it because my 3 is probably a franchise that I'm the most excited about as well, and that's Spider-Man: Homecoming. You might ask why 3 and not number 1. Well, I'll tell you.
I might.
We have seen 5 renditions of Spider-Man, major Hollywood blockbuster Spider-Man films. We've seen 5 in the last 15 years or so, and we have seen 3 editions of the character.
And 2 have been dank, and 1 has been good, and 2 have been poop.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. We've had 2 great movies, 1 good movie, and 2 not good.
Yes.
Not good at all.
To earn that E, poop. Movies.
But that being said, I think just because we've seen it so much, and this is just it's not groundbreaking, but it does look like a return to the character that we know and love, and I do appreciate that. And it is my favorite comic book character of all time. Spider-Man: Homecoming earns my number 3 spot.
Yeah.
It looks like they're doing a return to the Peter Parker that we know, that we love, and adding some new faces in there. I think Michael Keaton, I don't know, I'm hoping that he gets the time on screen that he deserves, and not kind of the Marvel villain treatment that we've seen before. But the little bit we have seen him in the trailer is great, and adding Robert Downey Jr. to any picture, I think, is a credit to it. So
Yes.
number 2, Rhino,
Number 2.
the big ones.
These were hard, man.
Yeah.
These were so difficult.
I think our 2 and 1 are the same, but maybe in a different order.
they are definitely in a different order.
So you just want to talk about them collectively?
Yes.
All right, what's your 2 and 1?
All right, my number 2 is Star Wars, and my number 1 is Justice League.
All right, I have the same but opposite.
Right, of course. All right, Star Wars has the unlucky setting of going up against my most anticipated movie of my entire 22 years on this planet, which is Justice League. I could not be more excited about this movie. I love the teaser thing from Comic-Con. I think it's great. I check every day for a new trailer because I need it in my life because things ain't right. And I feel like we have seen nothing, and we already know it's awesome. Like, that trailer was so awesome, and it really showed nothing at all. It was basically just, like, some quick quips, and, like, between some people. And it was shot so well, and the action looked so cool. What little action we saw looked so cool, and I love the dynamic that they have at play. And everything that I've heard, and I've heard a lot about this movie, especially from that set visit and everything, it just sounds like they're nailing everything from, like, the animated series. And I trust Zach with my life, because guy makes awesome superhero movies. A lot of people don't like them, but I don't care, because I love them. And, oh gosh. It's the first time, too, for Justice League.
I feel maybe about the average fan about Justice League, as far as I don't know about what Warner Brothers is doing. I'm hopeful that they're getting things figured out and that they have a clear direction, and just that they're going to be decisive and have a clear direction for the future moving forward. That being said, the trailers that they put out for their films are just, I don't know who their marketing team is, but they have people there who know how to make their films look good. And I am a defender of BVS. Man of Steel, I thought, was very average to slightly below average at times, and I did not like Suicide Squad. But for whatever reason, Wonder Woman and Justice League, the trailers just look fantastic. And I know I've been burned a little bit before, but they keep getting me back. They keep getting me back, and maybe if this isn't good, which I don't think it will be bad, but if it isn't, maybe this is the last straw, or maybe they come out with a super sweet trailer for Justice League 2, and I'm like, oh, I'm back on board again. But there's something about their trailers, man. Whoever, give that guy a raise, or woman, whoever's in charge of that.
I think Zach cuts a lot of his trailers, actually.
Well, good job, Zach. You know how to make moments look awesome. He is the master of awesome moments. That would not surprise me. So, Star Wars Episode VIII, I know that...
Star Wars. And it's Star Wars. It's Star Wars, and it's not my number 1.
And it's directed by Ryan Johnson, which is like your
I've been
fever
campaigning
dream
for forever. Yeah, it is the thing that I... Never mind. That I touch myself at night to.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to go for it. Deadpool went for it, I'm going to go for it. Mm-hmm. That should be our motto for this podcast. Anything Deadpool says, we say. Okay, maybe not all of it.
Don't do anything that he would do, and definitely don't do anything that he wouldn't do.
There's a gray area right in there.
That's where we're going to operate. All right.
Yep.
That's a
reference.
We're going to hug?
Or are you just going to get the door? But yeah, episode 8, we haven't seen anything for it, too, which is also why it's my 2. But we're getting more Luke, and that alone is my favorite thing ever. And Rian Johnson actually yesterday put out a new interview talking about the plot of 8, and he doesn't talk about a lot, but he said that basically the entire movie has to deal with them meeting, Rey and Luke, and that relationship. And that means a butt-ton more Luke, and Luke is my favorite character ever in Star Wars. And Rey is, like, my second favorite character, because she's awesome. And I think that meeting, and I think she's going to get pulled to the dark side, and Kylo's going to get pulled to the light side, and it's going to be a sweet lightsaber battle on a mountain on fire, and I'm going to poop.
All right. So, in a world where a Star Wars trailer comes out, let's say within the next month or so.
Yes.
And that Star Wars trailer, let's just for argument's sake that it is the dopest dope you've ever smoked.
Right, which, in all actuality, it probably will be.
And in that time, we do not get another Justice League trailer.
Don't hurt me.
I'm okay. I don't want this to happen.
Okay.
I want to get all the trailers all the time. But does Star Wars somehow leap up over Justice League? Or
I doubt it.
Or just your childhood,
Yeah, there's no way.
love of DC just trump everything?
I mean, like, are we saying conceivably Zach puts out a worse trailer for Justice League?
I mean, maybe. I don't want to wish that upon Zach. And it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's going to be dope. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. We've seen, we've seen some things from Justice League, and there was the set visits over the summer too, where we learned a lot of information, but we still know, I guess, very little, and we know far less about Star Wars.
And also, I feel like if any trailer is going to be like, man, that was super dope, but like, I don't know nothings, and like, they save moments, it's going to be Star Wars.
Yeah.
So,
because if there is ever a movie that doesn't need to advertise, it's Star Wars Episode VIII.
Yeah, it is the Coca-Cola of movies.
Yeah, they could legitimately pull a Beyonce and just drop this thing in theaters one day.
Dude. How awesome would that be?
It would be awesome. I'm sorry I put that out there in the sphere
people would
for
get in
to-
accidents. People would literally, like, there would be traffic everywhere. People would be racing to the theater.
It'd be like that week of
see it.
Pokemon Go where like they found a Vaporeon in Central Park and everybody just stormed, but it'd be like all over America.
Times a billion.
Yeah.
Because it's Star
Actually,
Wars.
all over the world.
Yes. Everywhere.
So, there'd be
And in
Vaporeons
space.
everywhere.
And in galaxies far, far away. Ah, man. Now you just gotta be super stoked for them to Beyonce that thing. Although it's definitely not gonna happen.
So 2017 blockbusters. It's going to be better than 2016, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
If
I've
they're
got hope. The thing for 2017 is hope. And that's what they've been saying with Superman and stuff, and that's what I want. I want hope.
rebellions are built on hope. All right.
That was a mean thing to end with. That was, I like that line.
Luckily, we're not going to end on that.
Maybe that's why you don't like it as much, because they didn't use that line, because you secretly love it, and you were just giving me crap.
It's a rebellion, isn't it? All right. Quick, we're going to go bad before the good again. We're going to do bad news and then good news. Out of all your most anticipated, which do you think is the most likely to be bad, and which is the for sure, just the surest bet it's going to be great?
Oh, man. That's really difficult, actually. It's actually... the surest bet is going to be great. Man.
I'm saying Star Wars is my surest bet. I feel like Rian Johnson doing a Star Wars movie.
Me too.
I feel like it's going to be great. Spider-Man's up there for it. I just feel like it's hard to screw it up. Although they've had a very good roadmap of how they've done it before.
Is the most likely to be good. I don't think it's the most likely to be
sorry,
good.
I just meant it's the surest bet. Like, it's maybe not like, pantheon of all-time greatest blockbuster films, but it's the surest bet. It's a sure bet.
I don't know.
I feel I would be very, very surprised if it wasn't at least good.
Yeah. War. I can't see War being bad. I don't know.
Okay.
I just can't.
Okay.
And also, are we saying like everyone or like us? Like me specifically?
Just go you specifically.
Then all these can be dank.
Okay.
I don't know what like the least.
Because I remember going into last year and being like, X-Men Apocalypse can't be bad. Bryan Singer can't make a bad X-Men movie, and he made a turd. And I don't care who you are out there.
True.
Film is subjective, but he made a turd.
Yeah, but I feel like these are better trailers than that one.
That's true. I was never really sold on the X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, it
trailers.
was. They were good to okay.
Yeah.
They were never like any of the other trailers that we got for last year.
My one that's that I'm most worried about, I guess, it's easy Ghost in the Shell. Like,
Okay.
I could easily see that being terrible.
Okay.
I hope it's not. I loved the trailer.
Yeah.
But I could see that being bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, see, and I've also heard a lot about some of these movies that people have actually seen, like, big old chunks of them, and they say that it's the dopest dope they've ever smoked.
Like Logan?
And
Yes.
Alien.
Yeah.
People have seen humongous chunks of them, and they've said they've been nuts.
I think Logan's in that conversation for Can't Misses either. I just don't see them sending Hugh Jackman out on a sour note.
Yeah, but the problem is the people saw the first, like, 80 minutes or something of Logan. They said it was dope. Go watch The Wolverine. The first 80 minutes are awesome. So good. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but the end is poop. So hopefully Mangold doesn't crap the bed.
There was a
again.
writer's
And
strike in there too, though. I mean, there was a lot of things kind of going against that movie.
I don't know who they hired then during the writer's strike, but somebody came in and said, hey, let's make a giant mecha ninja, have it fight Logan, because why not? And it was...
Oh yeah, easily the worst minutes of the movie were at the back end. So I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Guardians, I feel like, is going to be great. I think that might be the one that's guaranteed.
See, to me, that one, I think I feel more about how you feel about Spider-Man. Like, I don't see it being bad, but I don't necessarily know if I think it has to be great. I think I could see it kind of not recapturing the magic that we've seen before. I really love the trailer, and it's one of the funniest things I've seen all year, but...
See, I see Spider-Man being too much like the other Spider-Mans.
That's true. We have more to pull off of there, and I feel like it there's a big chance that it won't differentiate itself from other Spider-Mans.
Yeah. And also, like, sure, Spider-Man's got Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's the man. I don't want to downcut Michael Keaton at all. But Guardians of the Galaxy has Kurt Russell, who's literally the most badass guy who's ever lived on this planet. Next to, like, Liam Neeson and Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying.
Dude's gonna be Planet.
Yeah. Ego the Living Planet.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I agree. And like I said before, I could easily see him not using Michael Keaton that much in Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I liked the Volume 2 trailer a lot more than I liked the Spider-Man trailer. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, some disagreements. A lot of agreement in our top 10s, though.
Yeah.
So, I think what we're saying is 2017.
I think
there's no way it can be bad.
Yeah, I think that for Spider-Man, for me, I'm just, like, worried it's just going to be okay. And that kills me. I want, like, Spider-Man 1 or 2, but I don't see it happening. And I see it far more likely that it's just, like, another run-of-the-mill Marvel film that looks like every other Marvel film and acts like every other Marvel film.
I see what you're saying. I see where you're coming from. 100%. 100%. I just feel like Spider-Man, maybe Guardians of the Galaxy is the most Marvel Studios thing, but I think that Spider-Man kind of just epitomizes everything that Marvel is. Him as a character kind of fits in the mold that they run with.
Yeah.
So I guess,
but then it's still in the mold. I don't know. Spider-Man, I feel like, and this is going to be weird, but why not make a Spider-Man movie with no villain? Why not make a Spider-Man movie that's literally like Ferris Bueller's Day Off? And you literally just do him goobing with everybody, and he goobs. And I mean, there's like small villains like the bank robbers and stuff like that, but it's more of like a ongoing picture than a solid, like, there has to be a villain, he's a bad guy, he's mad at Peter.
So just kind of like A Day in the Life,
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
because I feel like you get confined a little bit with that. Like, you have to stick to that
And I feel like those are the best moments of Spider-Man anyways.
Yeah.
Or just kind of the day in the life of Peter Parker moments anyways, because out of all the characters, I think people relate to him the most because he's just kind of a regular dude.
Yeah. And you could do, like, the games. Like, you run into Black Cat, like, robbing the bank and stuff like that. And, like, all these different things happen. And maybe, like, you know, several villains. And it's just, like, quick. Like, he comes in, like, takes down Doc Ock. And, like, he does this. And, like, but there's not one overarching villain. Because I think that's kind of where they get caught up. Is they don't focus on that one big villain. And it's their only big villain.
I think that's how Marvel treats all of them.
I know.
Yeah.
But one of the coolest things about Doctor Strange, which we agreed on, was that the end was different.
I agree.
I don't see this movie.
It wasn't
doing
a
that at
big,
all.
bombastic, climactic
I see
third
Michael
act.
Keaton and him facing off, and then they fight, and then he loses. And I don't see it doing anything super trippy or weird or different. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be laughs along the way. I think that he's going to get goob, because he's a big goob. But, yeah, I just wasn't, like, knocked over by the trailer, and I wanted to be.
Yeah. Marvel's had great actors and character actors in their villainous roles before and haven't done much with them. So maybe not someone as, at the time, prevalent as Michael Keaton is now, coming off of, two Oscar Best Picture winners in a row. and a Best Actor nom. But yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And also, I respect that they're doing something different just to end with Spider-Man by, like, changing up the formula from the previous movies. But those big moments and those big villains are something that made those movies great. And that might hurt them here. Not having Green Goblin, not having Doc Ock, and definitely not having Uncle Ben might be something. Those were some of the best moments in the Uncle Ben scene with Peter is one of
yeah. I understand they cannot do that
so
again.
Great, yeah,
because it didn't really work that well. And I liked the first Amazing Spider-Man, but that didn't really work that well because
I'm Martin Sheen,
and I like Martin Sheen. All right, real quick before we close it out. Just give a little bit of time to some more of the underrated movies, not franchise films, I guess, that we're excited about. Baby Driver, I know that's one we talked about already. One we have not talked about, and it's not under the radar by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not a big franchise film, and that's Dunkirk.
Yeah, I agree.
So Christopher Nolan back in the saddle.
And I know that we don't like to include movies that have opened limited or whatever, but they open in like 12 theaters, and I can never see them. So it's a 2017 movie. And I'm really excited about Live by Night, but I'm way more excited about Silence.
Me too. I feel this is going to be a really good weekend at the theater because they open wide in both. Although I have not been able to find anything about Silence. I don't know what it is. They're keeping that stuff under wraps. But Live by Night is definitely coming out on the 13th. And from everything I've seen, Silence is too. But if it doesn't come out by you, then I don't know. Don't hold me to it. They're being real weird with that marketing. So
yeah.
But yeah. I agree. January, there's some good stuff in January. New M. Night Shyamalan movie too, which
Shyamalan Ding Dong.
It's not in my top tier of anticipated movies, but it's a movie that I am looking forward to this month that releases in January. I feel like the front end of this year has movies that I'm actually excited to see.
Yeah.
And March is basically the new May, I feel like. They're loading March with a lot of big movies. A lot of the movies on this list that we just talked about come out in March. Lego Batman's in February. March 3rd, Logan, Alien Covenant, and Guardians of the Galaxy are both in May. March, Ghost in the Shell, and I mean, so on and so forth. So, it's going to be a good 2017, I think is what we're saying. So,
yes. Hope.
Yeah.
Rebellions are built on hope.
We ran a little over today, probably. I don't know what the clock is right now, but and for that I apologize, but there's lots to cover. We covered 2 years of films in like an hour and a half. So really appreciate you guys for listening. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know what movies you're excited about. And let us know what your favorite movies of 2016 were and how stupid we were for not picking that one movie that we should have picked or
Captain Underpants. I hear you.
Not being excited about that movie.
I am excited about
which
Captain
we are.
Underpants.
Yeah. Just missed the top 10.
Also, we're going to be jumping back on YouTube. So keep your eyes open.
Yeah. So anything at all, just not up to much.
There it is. Also, Team Thor 2 is going to be on the Doctor Strange Blu-ray.
Yep, and that's for our news segment this week. All right, you guys have a good week, you crazies.
All right.